A Pokemon attraction has been announced for Universal Japan, and the IP will be coming to the U.S. parks as well in a statement.
You want me to read the statement for you?
Sure.
Okay. So, Universal, the company, they said, Universal Studios Japan is proud to build on its prior success and bring to life the world of Pokemon in new and enriching ways for the first time. Following its debut in Japan, Universal Destinations and Experiences will deliver unique Pokemon experiences across the company's global footprint. Further details about the project will be announced at a later date. So, it's coming.
It is coming.
It's coming, but what it'll be, we don't know.
I can't stress to people, and mind you, I'm not a Pokemon person, how big Pokemon is.
I know.
It's massive. This is such a... I've been saying for a while that I think Nintendo will end up being a bigger difference maker for Universal than even the Wizarding Worlds were.
Yeah.
And Pokemon's a huge part of this.
I get it.
And also there was another Boardwalk Times on Twitter said a statement by Mark Woodbury. He said, collaborating with imaginative and inventive storytellers fuels our ability to create and deliver mind-blowing attractions and experiences that shatter guest expectations. The Pokemon Company is one of the most beloved interactive franchises in the world, and through our ongoing partnership, we will continue bringing its vibrant world to life in new and innovative ways for years to come. Now, this also, given that they're putting this in Japan first, I don't know if this was the case, but a lot of people had said that they couldn't do Pokemon in the U.S. parks until they built one in Japan first. Now, I don't know if that's accurate, but that was something that was out there. So if that was the case, or if that is the case, this solves that problem because they'll be doing that first. And as I've said for months as well, I was told by the same people that told me that that Fast and Furious was going to be the replacement coaster, that Pokemon was going to be replacing the Lost Continent in Islands of Adventure.
Yeah.
Which was surprising at first, but I heard it from multiple people, and it unknown of what they'll do with the Simpsons area, because the biggest rumor forever was that Pokemon was going to take over the Simpsons when that contract's up in like 2028.
Right. You know, it's funny because like I don't care anything about Pokemon. I don't care. But I can recognize the fact that like I'm in my 40s now, and like there's a whole different like younger generations and even some older generations that are just super into Pokemon. So like I said, this makes sense for it to go into Japan and eventually go into the parks here in Orlando. I'm just curious of what that's going to look like. Is it going to be a complete land in Lost Continent? Are they going to have like multiple attractions? They did say experiences. Was it say interactive experiences? I think that's what they said.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, no, it's just interesting to see like how that's going to work, and for someone, like I said, me not really interested in it, like I'll still check it out. I'll still see what it's about, because at this point in my life, I'm more like, yes, I love IPs that I'm interested in, but I'm also really into the creative aspect of things. That's why I like Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
Like, I don't necessarily like all the IPs that they involve, but if it tells a good story and it's creative and it's immersive, then I can appreciate that. And I think that this is really going to, based on like some of the, not concept art, but just more, the stuff that they're presenting to you, but like, okay, we could do this. It's like, okay, I get it. It could be cool.
Oh, I'm the same boat. I don't know a lot about Pokemon. I have no doubt that this thing will be absolutely massive for them. And to give you an idea of just how big Pokemon is, if you look at Harry Potter, estimated total revenue has been $30 to $40 billion. Pokemon is over $100 billion.
Holy moly.
Pokemon, like
worldwide?
Yes, worldwide. Okay. Like it might be, I think there was one chart I needed to find it, but it was number one in terms of like revenue generated for an IP.
Jiminy Christmas. Okay.
It's massive.
That's crazy.
So this is a huge deal.
Right.
Even if people don't recognize it. So I think essentially that's Universal saying like it's coming, and it's going to be Lost Continent, I think, obviously, from people I've talked to, and then what they do from there. But like I've been saying, they're not going to slow down. I think people thought I was just being hyperbolic, but I was like, the next decade of what Universal is going to do, they are pedal to the metal.
Good.
For not only the momentum that they have and going up against Disney, obviously, but just where Comcast is as a company.
Yeah.
Is that their linear television and cable assets are continue to appreciate, and they're trying to pivot into basically becoming a theme park company, very much like Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And so the only way you do that is to continue to invest money and grow. Now they're going to want to invest in things that they know are going to be big hits, Pokemon being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is just further them doubling down into the theme parks, and like they're just going to continue to grow. And just how quickly they can build all this is going to be very interesting, because
they do tend to build it faster than Disney does. So hopefully we're not looking at a 2030 timeline.
Well, demolition on Lost Con is going to start basically any time.
Yeah.
So once they demolish that, I mean, it took them, what was it, 2 years to build Hogsmeade?
Yeah.
Something along those lines?
Yeah.
So, I mean, realistically, let's say it takes them 6 months to demolish Lost Continent. You might see Pokemon by 2028, 2029. Mm-hmm. It's not unfathomable.
Yeah. Okay.
You might see some of this stuff open. You will see this undoubtedly open before Villains Land.
That I believe.
Undoubtedly.
I absolutely believe that. Yes. Yeah.
And then really, Disney's reaction and what they're building is a reaction to Epic Universe. But I've said for a long time, even if you didn't have Epic, if it was just Nintendo in the parks, Disney has no counter for that. Like, they're going to do their stuff with Epic Games and Fortnite, but like that's not the same thing as Nintendo or Pokemon. Yeah. Like, this is I will say this way. Nintendo properties and Pokemon being in the Universal Parks is a problem for Disney because they don't actually have an answer for that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how long it takes, but it seems to be a positive thing, and I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything negative about Pokemon going in here. The only thing I've heard is from people that just don't understand it. Like, I don't know Pokemon. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, there's a lot of you don't.
Right. There's a lot of people that I don't like it, so therefore, like, that's not good. But in terms of a growth, like something that's going to fuel growth for your theme parks.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's not like I'm a Pokemon fan, but I can recognize it.
Good for them.
So we'll see if, like I said, eventually they'll start building this, and they'll do the same announcement strategy they did with Fast and Furious Coaster. Is about a year out is when they'll announce what it actually is and everything like that. But it's, that'll be a very big deal. And I think that's also going to come to Hollywood as well. So that's the other part about that too.